Naomi Shim. I'm 16 years old, and I'm excited to talk about myself today.
Perfect. Okay, so you mentioned outside that you are in high school and you are a junior.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So are you in like clubs? Do you do anything like outside of school or in school?
Yeah, I'm in HOSA, which is this like medical club, and I'm also in like the biomedical 4-year program at our school. And so I am trying to pursue a career in medicine,
Nice.
of course. And I started volunteering at the hospital as of last year, so I've been volunteering like every week.
Nice. What I used to volunteer in high school. What like area do you volunteer at the hospital?
I'm in a nursing unit for like
nice.
surgical acute. Yeah,
Cool.
so.
Is that like what you want to do, nursing, or like do you want to?
No, I want to pursue a career in neurology. So
Ooh,
yeah.
fun,
Brain.
fun. Love that. Okay, so my first question is, do you feel like you have like an accomplishment or a personal project that you have worked on or are currently working on that you're really proud of?
Yeah, I guess for like the passion project, like I'm in like the whole like medical route thing. So like I really love volunteering at the hospital. That's definitely like one of my favorite things. I started volunteering January of last year, and I've been like doing that ever since. And I went to high school thinking that I was going to pursue like a career in policy and law. Like I was like set on that. And then I had like a tour of the Rady Children's Hospital, like the pediatric hospital, and I heard the doctors talk about like how much they love like giving back to the community, getting to like see the children's faces after like getting their life back and getting treated. And then I was like, wait, like low-key, like maybe I want to pursue a career in medicine. And so then I wanted to see if I could like maybe have like an active role and see if this is something maybe I'm passionate about. Maybe I want to do this like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And so I like researched opportunities and found volunteering at Short Memorial Hospital. And then after I got in, I fell in love with like medicine, and ever since then I've been trying to like look for different opportunities that they have. And I found this internship through that at Stanford Burnham Privis. It's like right down the street
Nice.
from here, and I got like this 8-week internship over the summer where I studied stem cells, and I even got to research and present my work at a conference in Riverside.
Nice.
And then since then they actually offered me a position there, a permanent position, so I've been working as a research assistant there.
Oh my gosh, so
Yeah.
fun. Are you like published on any papers or?
I did a research poster, but I'm currently working on a
Cool.
paper right now.
Very
Yeah.
cool. You're like ahead of your game, like a junior and
Thank
already
you so
planning
much.
on being published.
Yeah, and then like after that I was seeing if there was like any opportunities at my school, because like I got all these opportunities, but I know there's a lot of people at my school who want different opportunities in medicine.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm in the process of starting a club at my school called Health in Action, where we want to give back to our community and like make little kits for like children in hospitals and stuff like that.
Nice.
So
Oh,
yeah.
that's so precious. You mentioned earlier that you kind of like got that like spark to go into medicine from Rady's children. So
Yeah.
do you want to work with children?
Not specifically, but it was just like children just like they're so different. They're so precious.
Yeah,
It's like
they do
seeing-
something.
Yeah, they
do
really
something to you.
You just see them and like you see their faces, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's so different. Yeah.
That's so funny you said that, because my like origin into like going into nonprofits
Yeah.
is Rady Children's
No
too,
way.
because
Wow.
I've always wanted to kind of work with kids, and
Yeah.
I was like, what do Rady Children's have, like Rady's, Make-A-Wish, like all those things have in common? Nonprofit. So it's kind of, it's funny that
true,
was
yeah.
your origin and it's also mine, so we have that in common. Okay, so you mentioned that you want to go into neurology
Yes.
as your major. So obviously everyone has a different definition of what this word is, but to you, what do you think education means?
Okay. I think, well, starting with what it's not, I don't think education is like the acquiring like information, but it's more of like it's a foundation through which we can like foster different skills. It's learning from different experiences, but not just like books, but from like our failures, from our
Yes.
interactions with other people, and using this knowledge to become the person that we want to be. And it's a choice that we make on a day-to-day basis. Like it doesn't stop after like the 3:36 bell.
Yeah.
I don't know why our bell rings at 3:36, but that's like when our
Random
school
bell.
ends. Yeah, it's a random time, but it continues like forever as long as you decide that like
Yeah.
this is the person I want to be, this is what I want to learn today. And I think that's what education is.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so Do you feel like there's like a topic or skill that really should be taught in schools that isn't currently?
Yeah, definitely like time management and productivity skills.
Mm.
I've been rereading Atomic Habits by
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
James
yes.
Clear.
I know
Yeah,
that.
of course. I love that book. But I think time management is something that's so crucial to our lives.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people, especially my generation, like everyone's a screenager, like scrolling on
Yes.
TikTok, on
Yes.
Instagram, spending like almost their entire days on their screen, and it's like at some point you have to realize that you are in charge of your own future. You have
Mhm.
to take control of who you want to be, and no one's going to make that change for you. Like if you want to change your life, you have to change your life. Like that's some like the actions that you do are what causes that change. And clearly I've been inspired by James Clear.
Yes.
But the book is just like you can choose to like become like better every day. Like becoming 1% better every day like adds up.
Yeah.
But then if you choose to spend all that time like on your phone, then like what is that going to accomplish?
Exactly.
And like once I started realizing that, I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna get anything done if I just sit in my bed and do nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like embracing the discomfort of like getting up and like doing something is
Yeah.
what I think like schools need to teach, like
I love
time
that.
management and like blocking out different like schedules, how to like make the most of
Yes.
your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Teachers, listen up. She's on to something. Okay, kind of shifting gears a bit.
Yeah.
Tell me about someone that you feel like has left a really large impact on your life, and tell me why.
Yeah, I think my best friend, I'm sure you've heard, like, my mom and dad, like, always,
Yes.
yeah. And my parents have been really influential in my life. But also, like, my best friend is this, like, really ambitious person who, like, knows what she wants in her life. And she's going to achieve it, and nothing is going to stop her.
Yeah.
And I love that about her. And I know they say, like, you are, like, the person that, like, that you
You are who
surround
you're
yourself
friends with,
yeah,
yeah.
you are the people you surround yourself with. And I really hope that's true because
Yeah.
surrounding myself with her, like, I've been best friends with her since first grade. It's like we've grown up like our entire lives together, and I hang out so much with her, and it's like getting to see like the kind of person that she is, the kind of person she wants to be, and like her ambitions and passions. And at the start of this year, crazy little spiel, but she like really got into the New Year, New Me spirit,
Love.
which I did love, but until it became running that she wanted
Oh.
to do, and I was like, oh, and I
It's
got
backtrack.
dragged along with her as her best friend. So I was like an anti-runner. I was a running hater. I was like,
Yes.
why would you ever run when you can drive? But now I've been running like 7 miles like every other like a few times a week, and it has been
Jeez.
awful when like prior to like the start of like December, I had like never run like over a mile in my life, always hyperventilating. But now it's something we do every
Wow.
day, and now I crave running. Like I must sound psychotic, but it's like
No, that's
yeah, I
good.
love now I really like running.
It's such a good outlet to be in nature, whether it's like walking
It
or
really
running.
is,
But like,
yeah.
wow, your poor legs,
I
7
know.
miles.
It-
That's
yeah.
crazy.
We've had to like invest in like stocks of Band-Aids because
Oh,
our
the
feet
blisters,
are always
crazy.
bleeding.
Do you
But-
do you feel like you like how long after did you feel like okay 7 miles I can do this? Like how many times did you have to go out and do it?
Never. Like it's like
Oh,
I still
it's
have not
still-
gone. Yeah,
right.
7 miles is like, it's horrible, but I think it just like helps with every aspect of my life. It's like the discipline of like I am so tired right now. I do not want to do anything but lay in bed in like my pajamas and watch TV. But instead of doing that, I am going to wear shorts in like this freezing weather
Yes.
and go out there and like hit the road and actually see
Yeah.
trees like that.
Love.
Yeah.
Love that. Ugh, I gotta start doing that. I have to touch some grass. Okay. So my next question is, I know you're super passionate about like the medical field, but do you feel like you have another like cause or social issue that you're really passionate about?
Yeah, I think racial discrimination is
Okay.
something I'm really passionate about. Like having experience being stereotyped and having racially like degrading comments thrown at me. Like I know it's incredibly wrong to treat someone to put value on a person and treat them as inferior just because they look different. Like I don't think anyone should be treated as inferior because of something that they can't change about themselves. And your race isn't something you can change.
Yep.
And I think society needs to know that race does not put value on a person.
100%. I guess this is a good segue to my next question. Do you feel like you've had like a challenge that you've had to kind of overcome or like a series of challenges that you've had to kind of work through that has really shaped you to who I'm speaking to today?
Yeah, I think growing up in a family where I was constantly told to like eat as much as I could at school because there was never enough food
Okay.
at home, it like limited the opportunities that I had. Like educational programs, electronic devices, and even food were things that I had limited access to. And even though I was like constantly told that these were things that would hamper the future that I could have and like the goals I was able to achieve, I've like vowed to not let my upbringing and the financial adversities I faced as a child define the future I can have,
Yeah.
or limit the success I'm capable of achieving. And I've learned over time that even though this has been a barrier, it doesn't define the person that I am. And your work ethic, the dedication, the passion that you put into
Yeah.
something isn't something that can be bought. And even though resources can come with time, your passion, the time that you put, the commitment that you have isn't something that you can buy. And I think
Yeah.
that's so much more important.
No, that's so beautiful. Do you feel like that mindset is something that you have like how long did it take you to really truly develop that and like actually listen to yourself instead of just saying it?
That's a good question. I think it's something that like I thought about like a lot during like my entire life. It's just like growing up when you go home and like you open the fridge and there's like nothing there.
Yeah.
You think about like what your future's going to become, and you think like, what am I going to be? Like
Yeah.
what am I capable of achieving if I don't have these things? And you like start to compare yourself to other people. And I was always like one of those like nerds who like would read books and like think about like my life a lot. And I don't know when it clicked, but like one day it just did. It must have been like in middle school and high school where I was like I have to take control of my life. And like something like your upbringing, your financial background isn't something that you have control over as a child. But then when you think about it, you can't change that. But what you can change is like your mindset, what you're going to do, who you're going to become. And what I have control over is the only thing that I can change about my
Yeah.
life. And I'm going to do my very best to make the most out of what I can change.
Yeah. I love that you are so young and that this is your mindset. Like it gives me so much hope for the future of
Thank
America.
you.
I love it. I guess my kind of last question is if you could have received a piece of advice that would have helped you through kind of overcoming these challenges, or if you could give a piece of advice to someone struggling through similar things that you did, what would it be?
I would say that your background and the things that people see you as doesn't define the person that you are. I think a lot of the times people get caught up in what their upbringing is, what their background is, and they think that this is who I am, like this is my identity, this
Yeah.
defines me. But what people have to know is that that's not who you are. The person that you are is when you wake up in the morning and you decide this is what I'm going to do today. Like that is the person you are. Your yesterday was yesterday, and like that your past doesn't define the present, and there's always changes that you can make.
Yeah.
But like as for like the quote thing, I read in this book where it was like, it said something like, when you're scared and when it feels wrong and you don't know if it's the right time to do something, that's exactly when you have to do it. And I read that and I was like, whoa, like
Chills.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think it's like embracing discomfort is something
Yeah.
that's so important. Like everyone wants to live in the comfort of their couch and be be on their phone and scroll through TikTok. And yeah, that's comfortable. Yeah, it's nice to be in my pajamas and not get
Yeah.
out of bed until like 4 p.m. But that won't change like who you are. That won't make a change in the world. And by like listening to that advice, that's why I started running, even though
Yeah.
I hate running, but doing something I don't like every day, embracing the discomfort, the cold air, and my
Yeah.
feet like burning on the ground. It's just doing that is the only way you can make a change in yourself and in the
Yeah.
world. Yeah.
I love that. Well, I guess I just wanted to open the space. Do you have anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I'm actually like part of like a lot of clubs, I guess. Like I talked about HOSA, like the medical club.
Yeah.
I did this whole thing on like health education was like one of the topics, and I made this program on like mental health and how like social media affects that and the
Oh.
implications it has on like middle schoolers. And then I went to a middle school and presented that to like a bunch of the students there, and then I was able to compete at a statewide conference this past April. So yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Wow.
And it's like you see, I think a lot of times like people see a change like that that they want to make. Like we recognize the issues that we see in our environment. Like we see racial discrimination. That is a problem. Climate change is a problem.
Yeah.
But like, what are we going to do about it? You know, like, are you going to just like sit in your chair and do nothing, or like get up and actually do something about it? And I think like doing all those, like making those small changes in your life, like making the 1% difference in your everyday is like what causes you to like to become that person, to become a better person, and make a difference.
Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!